Yes people, another video coming from HAF. In this video I'm going to talk about my first year on CX, what I think, the good bits, the bad bits as a driver, how I used to see it and how I see it now. So yeah, let's get into the video. I've been on CX for coming up to, well, on my own account for a year, but we've done it for just over a year now on CX, Courier exchange as a whole. So now, when I first came on, I thought this was the be all and end all for couriers because I needed a quick job. I needed to make some more money extra, and yeah, I went on with we partnered up with a friend. I didn't understand what CX was. I didn't understand what Courier exchange was. I didn't understand what being a courier was, and I'm still learning now. So I'm not saying that I've learned it all. What I learned was very quick, because to take you back, we had a cleaning business. So in the cleaning business, we always had a problem outsourcing work. So when work would come in, you need the staff, obviously, and if we didn't have the staff, we had to turn the work down or we had to move it on. When I saw the Courier exchange, I was like, hold up. There is an app where I can post jobs on there depending on anywhere in the UK. I can do it international to Europe, and I'm thinking, okay, this is different. This is not what I was expecting. So time went on, and yeah, what I learned was the system of how the ecosystem of how CX works, and I realised, there's a little bit of something here. There's a business here. It's not being a courier and connecting you to different things. This is a platform that people post outsource work on. Right, okay. So now this is how CX works. So I'll put it on the whiteboard here. Hope you can see. If not, I can edit it up, but we'll see. So this is how CX works. So you've got clients there. They go through into shippers. So they go through into different people, different companies, and then from them companies, they will post it onto their own drivers. They'll post it onto their own setups, and then what they do is they post it through CX. And then from CX, they take a margin when the bidding happens for the drivers. So that's what I learned. So you got there the basic premise of what it is. And then I learned it's actually, the good bits about CX are it's incredible for shippers. You've got things like Smart Pay, which it just makes it easier for shippers to pay you as a driver. Yeah, so you can post on there. So you can outsource work. Different bits that you see on the CX, so you've got the diary, which I've not really used. You've got the quoting system. You can do posting direct. So if you've got a friend that you've got a job come through and you want to post it to them direct, you can post it direct. That is a brilliant feature. Yeah, and then you've got the maps where you know where you're going in the different areas. This is my perspective and my opinion. CX and apps like this are built for people to post outsourcing of work so that you can build up a courier business, so that you can build up. So it's a one-stop shop. That's what they want to make, a one-stop shop for logistics businesses to be the middleman to connect to couriers. That's why they call it the Courier exchange. As a driver, now the bad bits are, as a driver, you can't approach the customers that you're delivering to, because that's the shippers and freight forwarders customers. They're the people that have worked hard to get them customers. You can't poach them customers. As much as I have opinions on that, is different, but that's the reality of life. So you can't, as a driver, it's unethical and it's also not right, and it's against the CX rules to poach clients, which makes it incredibly difficult as a driver when you're first starting out to use CX to gain traction anyway. The bad bits about CX is when you get to a different area, you have to wait for a bunch of different things to happen all at once to have a bid in your favor, and that's why it's incredibly difficult. That's why for me, heading into 2025, I like CX I love CX as the platform. As a driver, it's very difficult. Now, I believe it's next to impossible to make on any of these apps, to make a living as a driver. I believe it's next to impossible. Times change, economics change. It might have been great a few years back, but I think it's impossible, because unless you go part-time, unless you go part-time, and unless you're semi-retired and you just want a little plod around job, and you can build a connection through the different shippers, that's different. But for me, as a driver, the targets that you have to make to maintain a van, to maintain the insurance, to maintain anything, to make a living for yourself, it's next to impossible to solely rely on CX or any of these apps. I believe that you need all of the apps to put yourself in even a possible chance of doing it. What I would use this CX for is if you've got another business that needs to move stuff. So if you've got, like my friend, so Glenn, if you're watching this, he's moving pallets. So he's selling pallets, selling products on pallets. And if you're doing a multi-drop of them stuff, and then you use CX to get back, that's what I would use it for. So I would use it to coincide to cut your dead miles as a potential to get your back load. That's what I would do. That's the most that you're gonna get out of it. If you use it as a backload place for your vans, for your vehicles, and you set up as a courier. And also, CX can't suggest, and they can't put in place, like, you definitely get that job because it's based on the opinion of the shipper. So you put the bid in, and you might be bidding against 5, 10, 15, 20 different people. Who knows? Because you don't see who you're bidding against. You don't see what the lowest bid is. So that's what I find difficult, because the uncertainty, it's very exciting and it's enjoyable, but making a living and running and being a courier, it's really, really difficult. On CX, you've got to, when you go to that area, you've got to wait. Like, I've waited before 5-6 hours in an area and not had a bid to bid on. So it's really difficult. But then there's been some days where I've done 200, 300 quid a day, because it's been really good. I've been able to connect to another one, been able to connect to another one, been able to get back. And for me, I don't sleep in a van. So I'm in a position where I don't need to, and also I don't really want to. It's not something that I want to do. I understand that a lot of people do it, and that's what I find tricky, because I'm saying this from my perspective. What I've learned is, if it's me now looking back a year ago, what I would do is I would focus solely, if I knew what this industry was, this is why I'm putting a video out there, I would focus on understanding how can I get my first 5 clients? How can I speak to local haulages? Can I speak to other people? How do I get my first 5 clients and a couple of haulages, a couple of shippers, freight forwarders that aren't on the app or something like that? They're already there. And then I can start doing work for them, and then seeing out the other apps, or going on CX, and then going on CX after that, once I've got a little bit of feel whether it's possible. And then I would have changed it up and gone, right, okay, right, now let me go on CX and let's see if I can build up some relationships with some shippers and freight forwarders. Because now I don't really bid on much work. Well, I know, if I post a load on there and go directly to the drivers that I've got in my contact list, I do shippers work. So they ring me and say, Brent, can you do this in 3 or 4 days? Absolutely. Or they wait for tomorrow and I do it then. With that, I don't really bid, because when I've been bidding before, it's been 60p a mile, 70p a mile, 50p a mile. I try and wait around in good areas, but there's no point me sitting around and waiting there for hours and hours and hours and hours. When I got the YouTube, I'm building up the other bits. And yeah, it's not, I would say get to your first 5 clients is the target. I do think that the app CX is very, very good. If you want to be a shipper and you want to post work on there, it's incredible, because you've got so many drivers that you can outsource work to. I would say, if you're going to do that, be mindful and be respectful of the driver's day, because although you want to make a good profit, that's fine. Be respectful at what position these drivers are in, because they might have been waiting around hours. Yeah, they might put a low bid in, fantastic, but be mindful, be respectful, because yeah, bartering for an extra £5 for a driver that's been waiting, or for a driver that wants to just go home, you know what I mean, that to me doesn't sit well. But as a whole, I really like CX, and we'll be doing it like next year. We're looking at seeing whether we just get a freight forwarding account, or we're seeing whether we get a mix where we can do more freight forwarding. And yeah, we're looking at options. My account runs out, I think, in a few months. I don't really know. And yeah, we're looking at options. I want to keep this one. I haven't been on any of the others physically, but I've seen how they all work, and most of them, they're all posting the same type of jobs. And yeah, I don't, as well as a shipper, I don't know how much it charges you. I don't know how much CX charges you when you get above a certain amount, when you get a bigger fleet. That's down to CX. Or the bigger shippers, I don't know. I know that they have an enterprise criteria, I think. I'm not sure. I can only work on my perspective, my opinions. This is why I believe that if you're a courier and you just want to be a courier, put yourself in a position where you can make sure that you can connect your day. That's the key. Obviously, it's common sense. When you get out there, make sure you're pricing for the right stuff. I've done a video on my pricing, on how I price. And like, it's weird for me because when I got into the courier game, I got into courier work so I could trade on the side, because I want to get into asset management and buying businesses and things like that. So when I got into the courier game, it was just to see me through. And then I actually really I become obsessed with it. I love it. And it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was done and dusted. Everyone had it sussed, and it's far from it, because there's dead miles everywhere. There's bidding left, right and centre for different jobs. It's up and down. Like, I've seen Arctics go for like 85 miles, go for like 320 quid. But like a short job, go for like 80. So like a small van, a short distance, go for 80. Now, I'm learning the game still, and this is what excites me, because it's never over. Like, everything's always changing. And when you jump on CX, you actually get around some couriers that are very good, shippers that are way done it for years and years and years. As a shipper, it makes sense, and that's what CX is about. And now, CX for me is about how do you fill that platform, and that it's the middleman to filling it. And like, I saw people post about smart pay is not good, smart pay is taking money, smart like this. What I realised is that CX are the middle people that put things in place, because they've had it for so long that people have got contracts, so that people have got like 30-day contracts, they've got 60-day end of month contracts, they've got 30-day end of month contracts, they've got next day payments, things like that. So CX are putting things in place where instead of people using factoring companies, you use them instead. That's what I learned. Like, when I paid 3 drivers by paying 1 bank account, and it automated paid them. That's incredible. That's incredible. It saves so much time. And I dread to think what these people, when they're doing it individually, sending invoices and things like that, like over 100 invoices to different drivers at different times. That's why the smart pay just works. It just works. You don't have to pay for it. What I realised, you don't have to pay for it, but it just works. It works for drivers. It's better for shippers. And yeah, it just goes direct. You don't get charged unless you decide to take the factoring early. And it's just part of the concept. It just works. It works for the concept that they want to build. In every single delivery, you've got 3 things. So you've got the marketing, you've got the sales, so the process, and then you've got the job itself. So when you're on CX, you haven't done the marketing, you haven't done the process to get it to the point where it can be posted on the job, and you just do the driving. So out of the 3 that are important, you end up losing the margin of the 2. So you end up losing the margin of you only get the margin of the 1, which is very difficult. That's why the barrier to entry is so low. The things that I really like is a trusted account. I believe that that's going to be massive for CX. I only advocate for CX if you're in a position that is building clients, you're semi-retired, or you want to actually give this a really good go, because you will struggle. You'll be sleeping in the van. You'll be struggling to make a living if you only rely on CX. You have to be wanting to build a business, in my opinion. But the app itself and the way it's built, CX and HX, very good. It's very good. But as well, the expectation and the way it's sold has to be right. It has to align with the driver that's coming on, so that they don't over co-load. So you understand the service that the customer who's posted on there is wanting to provide for the client, which is a direct delivery, on time, tracking done, and a good driver, not a syndicate, not a co-loading when you're not meant to be. They can see it on the tracker, they can see everything. And my last point is, CX are wanting to build this. And what I realised is CX have all the information. If they wanted to, they could start and turn into Uber overnight. Like, they could turn the massive ship. But if they wanted to turn the Titanic, they could start moving and turning it into Uber if they wanted to, because they've got all the details. They've got the details of the business, they've got details of the tracking, they've got details of everything, the prices, the customer prices, the invoicing, the everything. That's why you can just tell that they want to be just the middleman that just organises and pivots for exchange. So hope you like this video. Hope that made a little bit of clarity for you. I will be doing updates on this as well, how we use it as freight forwarders, how we use it as like in the future. This is only my first year, so I will be moving forward, as I said in the other videos, with my stuff, what I want to do. But this is basically my first opinion on using CX for a year now. So yeah, hope you liked the video. Like, comment and subscribe. Hopefully subscribe and see more videos in the future. Share this with a friend who's looking to be a courier on the CX. And as well, I've understood that comments are fine. I don't have to take it. I take it all with a pinch of salt now. I have my opinion, you have yours. There's 8.6 billion people in the world. Relax, you don't know everything. So I don't know everything. This is just my perspective. This is just my opinion. And as well, the salespeople will tell you how it works. But as well, I'm not affiliated. I don't have any links. I don't want to put any links. I think you get a £50 voucher for everyone you put through. I don't want to do that. I don't want people to sign up on this word. I want people to use this knowledge, use this information that I'm giving, and then use it wisely. There is people that are far better than me on CX, let me tell you that. There's people that are far better than me. There's people that know how to use it better than me. I'm still learning. And yeah, that's what I would advise. Just be patient, understand what you want to do, take the information that you can, understand where you want to get to, and build it properly, because otherwise it will cost you thousands, and it will cost you thousands and thousands, and you'll spend miles and miles in the van, just literally, luckily, if you make a crust. Very lucky. So use it wisely, be patient, don't rush it, and hope you enjoy it. Because this industry is it's exciting. It's very tough. It's very, very tough to get in this industry, but it's very exciting. So yeah, every delivery matters, baby. Let's have it. Let's do this.